Hello everybody! My name is Jingles, as you are no doubt aware. Now, I'm sorry about this video maybe being a little bit delayed compared to what it should be, but here it is regardless. I've decided to do it eventually. And basically, so I offered at the beginning of my Baldur's Gate Let's Play to do a tutorial video on installing the Tutu Mod and the other little mods and stuff I have installed on my particular version of Baldur's Gate. Because the installation of it all in total is not particularly easy, and it could do with maybe me doing a video for people who have trouble kind of figuring the whole thing out, because it's not particularly straightforward. So that's what I'm going to do, to the best of my ability anyway. This is by no means a perfect tutorial, this is just the way to install the version of Baldur's Gate that I have. So, right, the first thing you want to do is you want to buy the game. Funnily enough, you might think it's a bit of an obvious thing for me to say, but you do actually need to make sure when you do this that you have a copy of Baldur's Gate, the original saga, and Baldur's Gate 2. If you're someone who has just has a copy of Baldur's Gate 2 and we're hoping that the Tutu mod would allow you to simply just play the original Baldur's Gate through the Baldur's Gate 2 engine for free, then you're wrong. The installer does require you to actually have both games in order for this to work, and that seems fair enough to me anyway. So you can get them from GOG.com. You can also get box copies if you want to, although I do honestly recommend getting it from GOG.com for, you know, goodoldgames.com. Sorry, I'm failing my pronunciation today. I do recommend you get it from goodoldgames.com for two reasons. The first being, it makes sure you have all the expansions and everything that you could possibly need. Their version of Baldur's Gate, the original saga, includes the Tales of the Sword Coast expansion, and their version of Baldur's Gate 2 also includes Throne of Baal. So, there you go. It makes sure you have everything, and in addition to that, I've had trouble with box copies of the game in the past, because they can sometimes be a bit of a pain, especially with the first game, to install on newer, more modern systems, like running stuff like Windows 7 and Windows 8. Not everyone has the problems, but I did. I had to go through all sorts of shenanigans trying to get the original game installed using my boxed version of it. So for those reasons alone, I generally recommend you get it from GOG.com. It's also probably cheaper from here anyway, so there you go, and you can have it pretty much instantly. So anyway, once you've got the two games, and that's important that you do have both the games, then, and you've installed them as well, that's also important. But once you've bought them and you've installed them, basically you will, I can't show you here because, well, I suppose I could go re-download, but you need to download the installers for both of these, you need to install them, and once all that's done and out of the way, that really doesn't require a video to do, it's fairly straightforward. Once you've got that out of the way, and you've got both of them installed, then you can get started on modding. So, first thing you need is this, which is EasyTutu. This, in a nutshell, essentially allows you to play the original Baldur's Gate using the Baldur's Gate 2 engine. It lists some of the benefits here. It's a more stable, mature, extensively refined and tested version of the game and that sort of thing. The Baldur's Gate 2 engine, just in general, is a lot more refined. It allows you to use some of the more advanced class sets like I'm using in my Let's Play with the Blade class, for example, which weren't originally in the first Baldur's Gate. You can still, for those wondering, you can still import characters across from Baldur's Gate 2 over to the full Baldur's Gate 2. No problem whatsoever, that works perfectly fine. I've tried and tested it myself. So anyway, you want to go here first. I will put links for all of these sites in the description of the video, so you don't have to worry about trying to find them. Anyway, you want to go here first to the EasyTutu site. You want to scroll down. It has a whole bunch of instructions and information on here anyway, including some known issues and that sort of thing. But what you want to do is scroll down, go to download EasyTutu. Now, for those of you using boxed versions of the game, and for those of you using the GOG version for that matter, you want to go down here to this bit, and you see there are two versions here. And this one is for if you're using Shadows of Arm, Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Arm with no expansions. So if you're using a box copy, like a very old box copy, of Baldur's Gate 2, which doesn't have the expansions, the Throne of Baal expansion, then you need to make sure you get this one. if you do have the Throne of Baal expansion, which you will do if you use the GOG version of the game like me, if you do have it, then you want to click on this one. You can click EasyTutu Throne of Baal.zip. That'll start downloading, and then you basically just want to wait for that to finish. So I'm going to skip ahead until the download is finished. Alright, now once you've got that downloaded, which you can see here, I've dumped it on my desktop. You can put it anywhere you like though. You should have this, the EasyTutu TOB, or if you've only got Shadows of Arm, then SOA.zip. Now I'm going to go ahead and extract this here. You can extract it to wherever you like. Doesn't really matter. Now I'll give you these files, a bunch of .dils, this thing, core.pkg. You don't have to worry about any of those. They're just necessary for this bit to work though. The main thing here is the EasyTutu manager. I'm going to double click on that, and I'll open this. Now, as you can see at the top here, it's desired action. You either want to create an EasyTutu installation or just clone your Baldur's Gate 2 installation. What you want to do, though, if you're installing EasyTutu, obviously, is this. Create an EasyTutu installation. So the first thing you have to do, and as you can see, this is why I said you need both games, because the first thing you need to do is you need to find your Baldur's Gate 1 folder. It should, in theory, auto-detect it, I believe. In this case, as you can see, it's found both of my GOG installations, so yes, the GOG games, Baldur's Gate, and you also need to find your Baldur's Gate 2 folder, so that is, for me, is C GOG games, Baldur's Gate 2. Then, you need to click here, and you need to navigate to a folder on your hard drive that you want to put your EasyTutu installation of Baldur's Gate. Because what this installer is going to do is it's going to take a bunch of files from both of these installations, mix them all together, and shove them in a completely separate installation, which will be Baldur's Gate 2.2. So, as it also points out here, installation to program files or program files brackets 86 folders is not advised due to the potential for operating system related issues like user account control and stuff like that. So that's why my two versions of the games here are also installed to just C/GOG games. So in this case you might want to go here and then go C GOG games and then make a new folder called Baldur's Gate EasyTutu. There we go, like that. And so then you'll have a third installation which will be the EasyTutu version of Baldur's Gate. So there's also an option here to disable the Tales of the Sword Coast game content. I'm not entirely sure why you would want to do that. It removes the expansion areas from the game world map, sets the experience cap to the pre-expansion limit. Again, don't know why you'd want to do that exactly, but it is an option there. So then you just hit go, basically, and it will start doing its thing. It'll start copying folders and doing all sorts of other nonsense like that. So you basically want to let this tick over, let it do its own thing, wait for it to install and all that kind of stuff, and then once you've done that, we can go on to installing some of the other little mods on top of this to get the game working and stuff like the way I have it working in my Let's Play. So I'm going to skip ahead here until this installation is done, and then I'll go through the next couple of steps. Alright, so the EasyTutu installation is now finished. It's now created a new installation here, Baldur's Gate EasyTutu, which looks like this. So now, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to install a couple of mods on top of that. So we can go ahead and exit this, because we don't need it anymore. Delete this. We don't need that anymore either. We could even delete that if we wanted. Now, you need to go to the next page here, which is the... now this is a mod which I use. If you were to open Baldur's Gate 2.2 right now, you would notice that the in-game user interface and graphical user interface all looks like Baldur's Gate 2's graphical user interface. It's all that kind of browny colour. And in my videos, it's not like that. It looks like the original Baldur's Gate interface with that kind of bluey, greyish stone colour. That is because I'm using this mod, which is the original BG1 GUI mod, which you can find here. Now, there's not much to this other than you just need to download it from the side here, so let's have a look. It'll be on this, all the downloads for everything on this page. There's a whole bunch of other mods in here you can use for Tutu as well. But we're only concerned with this one here, the GUI mod, which we need to scroll down here at the side and look for the download for it. Which I've lost track of, oh dear. Oh, it was right at the top. Okay, never mind. I don't know how I missed that. Anyway, this is it here, the Laid Giles Tutu GUI. There are two versions here, version 1.8 and version 1.8 plain. I'm not entirely sure what the difference between them is. I'm simply using this one here, the version 1.8. So go ahead and click there. It'll begin the download. It's at the bottom. You can see here Tutu GUI version 1.8. That'll take a little while to download, so I'll wait for that to finish as well. And then once we got that, we'll go about installing it. Right, now as you can see, I've got the downloaded file here and ready on my desktop, Tutu GUI v18.zip. Now, to get this installed, it's a little bit different to this. We need to open it up. We need to... You see, as you can see here, we've got setup Tutu GUI, and we've got a folder called Tutu GUI, which is full of a bunch of crap. Now, what we need to do is we need to select both of these, and we need to extract them to our Tutu installation folder. So, we need to go C, in our case, GOG Games, Baldur's Gate EasyTutu, and just extract them like this. Shouldn't take 2 ticks, there we go. Now we go to our EasyTutu installation folder, and as you can see here, we should have, yeah, at the bottom, setup tutugui.exe. Now, all we simply have to do now is double click that. That will open this command prompt thing here, and it'll say install component Baldur's Gate 1 GUI for Tutu, Shadow's Arm, Throne of Baal, or Baldur's Gate Trilogy, I believe that means. That's another slightly different mod to Tutu. And you want to go ahead and hit I for install and enter. It'll now start copying files across and patching and things. This is if you want to install a component support for the widescreen mod for the same game. You can install that if you like, but I've never had any luck with it, unfortunately. It doesn't seem to work properly, at least for me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and install it anyway, because it shouldn't matter either way. There you go, I'll open the README file, as you can see here. We can close that, close this, and there you go. The GUI should now look like the original Baldur's Gate 1 GUI. So, let's move that out of the way, and now move on to the next step. So, now, what we're going to install is the Baldur's Gate 2 tweaks. Now, don't let the name fool you. You can also, most of these tweaks can also apply to Baldur's Gate Tutu as well. So, that's why we're going to download it. It contains a bunch of other little tweaks and things, which are useful if you've played the game before and you want to try and change a couple of things. You know, it's kind of useful. If you've never played it before, never played Baldur's Gate before, and you're using Tutu to play it, I would advise maybe leaving most of these alone, really. But I used it to do things like change the portraits for some NPCs so that they match their Baldur's Gate 2 portraits, like Minsk and Jaheira and Imoen and stuff like that, and Edwin as well, just for the sake of continuity, really. So, but there's a whole bunch of options in this pack. And I'll show you how to install it anyway, just because. So we want to just hit download. And we need this at the top here, Baldur's Gate 2 Tweak Pack for Windows. And download. Which won't take 2 seconds. There we go. Should all be done. Show in the folder. Now we need to just, well, I'll copy it for now. You could cut, copy, move, whatever. Go to our EasyTutu installation again, paste it in there. Now just run the BG2 Tweaks version 11.exe. Oh, right, my mistake. We didn't actually need to move that in there, but right. So you can double click that anyway. You didn't need to move it in here. Although I suppose it's nice to have these things all in the one place anyway. And anyway, once you've opened that, you need to go here, destination folder, and you need to select your Tutu folder. This is why we check these things before we do the video, just to make sure we get the instructions right. But anyway, no harm done. So we need to go to GOG Games and Baldur's Gate EasyTutu, install. It'll extract a bunch of stuff into this folder, so you can see it happening here now. And now it'll open another command prompt like the last one. So we want to choose our language, which will be English for us. So 0. No, we don't need to view the README. And then we can display different components from different parts of the mod. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit no for all of these, because I'm not going to actually go through all the individual ones. But you can hit yes to display them, and it'll show you what the different ones are and what they do, and then you can choose whether you want to install them or not. And then once all that's done and patched and copied and installed, you press enter to exit, and there you go. So now you've got the tweaks installed, you want to go ahead and go to the next part, and this is probably one of the best parts of it as far as I'm concerned. This is the Baldur's Gate 1 NPC Project. Now, this mod, as it says here, is not actually for Baldur's Gate, but the Baldur's Gate Tutu Mod, EasyTutu Mod, or Baldur's Gate Trilogy Mod, which converts Baldur's Gate to be played on the Baldur's Gate 2 engine. So, this mod is an excellent mod, which adds a whole bunch of extra banter and dialogue to all the party members in the game that you can get in your party, so that the game feels a lot more like the later ones, like Baldur's Gate 2 and like Dragon Age and stuff like that. I highly recommend it if you are used to that kind of thing. If you're used to having all a slightly more talkative party of NPCs around with you, because in the original game, and it's the same case in the enhanced edition of the game, unfortunately as well. Most of the NPCs are very, very quiet and they never really say anything, and frankly I feel that this mod adds a heck of a lot to the game as a result. So anyway, once you've got this up here, you want to go download now. Pretty much the same as with the Tweak Pack, really. Yeah, NPC Project for Windows. Obviously, if you're running a different operating system, you're going to want one of these ones instead. And then download. And then that will start downloading. Shouldn't take too long, but I think I will go ahead and skip for now. Okay, right, that's done now. That's downloaded. We've got this here, BG1 NPC version 2.0 .executable. You want to double click that, and you want to run, and then see, it's a little bit of instructions here. Just click accept. Then, like the last one, you're going to go to browse here, go to your Baldur's Gate 2 installation, so that'll be C, GOG Games, Baldur's Gate EasyTutu, like that, and then you simply want to click install, and it will extract all the required stuff. It might take a little while because this mod is actually quite extensive. There's a lot of stuff added by this, a lot of lines of dialogue and so on and so forth, so it may take its time a little bit like it is now, but once that's finished, it should open another command prompt thing like the last one did, which will have options and things in it. So there we go. Right, there we go. So we want to, again, 0 for English. Would you like to display the README? No, not necessarily. Display the components from the BG1 NPC project. These are banters, quests, and interjections, so that's for the hell of it, just say yes. Portrait changes and additions, yeah, well, whatever, go for it. Romances, if you want to add the romances in there that the game comes with, the mod comes as well, you can go with that. As well as a few tweaks as well, which will open for the sake of whatever. Required modifications, right? This is the stuff. This here, the required modifications, is the mandatory part of it, which you do have to install. So go ahead and hit I for that. Press enter. It'll copy and patch a bunch of stuff over. Now, do you want to? This will ask us now if we want to install any of the components which we've just said we wanted to have a look at. So let's say yes for this. Might take a little bit. It's going to pass a lot of different files. As you can see here, yeah, give Edwin his Baldur's Gate 2 portrait, for instance, like I did. So let's say yep. Imwin, same again, yep. Jahira, Minsk, Viconia, and this is another component here, which Kieran and Deheriana Companion's portrait, whatever. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Let's do it. This component will add portraits to NPCs that you just talk to get quests from and that sort of thing, as opposed to ones that will join your party, which you can do if you want. And then you have a bunch of romance thing on modules and stuff, which I'm just going to skip through now because there's a heck of a lot of them, as well as a whole bunch of other tweaks. And there you go. That's basically the whole thing installed and ready to go. Pretty much, you can just—that's everything. You've got the Tweak Pack, the Baldur's Gate NPC Project, the GUI Mod, and Tutu itself. And now you can pretty much just go ahead and go to your EasyTutu folder. You can right-click on Baldur here. Well, it'll tell you to run the Baldur's Gate config file first, which is this thing. It'll ask you to change your options and confirm them and stuff like that. Visual, display, allows you to select the game's resolution. So, for instance, let's say we want 1024 by 768, which is what I play the game in, and say apply. It'll want to test the settings, which I'm not going to do now because it'll muck up the recording. And then once you've done all that, you can go ahead, send this to the desktop to create a shortcut, the baldur.exe here, and then you'll have this shortcut here which you can rename if you want to, like Tutu or something, or Tut, because I mistyped that, but anyway. And then all you have to do is double click that, and that will launch the Tutu version of the game. So there you go. As you can see, I already have a Baldur's Gate Tutu shortcut here because I have another separate Tutu installation which I have from before, as opposed to this one we just created in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And that's pretty much it. That is how you install. There are other things you can get, like I believe there's a fix pack, which I've never personally needed, but there's that's available. There's a whole bunch of other mods as well. If you don't want to use the GUI mod, which we installed in this video, you can also use instead a widescreen mod, which will allow you to play the game in a widescreen resolution using the Baldur's Gate 2 GUI, if you like. And that's pretty much it. That's how you install Baldur's Gate Tutu and get and play it the way I have it installed in my Let's Play videos. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that was helpful for the people who did ask me to do a video like this for them, because there was a lot of stuff to install there, and it's by no means entirely straightforward. So yeah, hopefully that did help, and I'll see you all again pretty darn soon. So ta-ra for now.